Viharī Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Ramurati Dhavanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्रीला प्रभुपाद की समावेत भक्त वृंद की कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratpushe Namaha Neelachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannataya Te Namaha Shri Ramam Dasharathatmajam Aprameyam Sitapatim Raghukulanmaya Ratnadipam Ajanubahu Aravinda Dalayataksram Nishachara Vinashakaram Namami Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gaudodige Pushpamanto Chitrau Shamdau Tamonudau Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 I think one month I couldn't come, I think, in between, right? 1 or 2 months, I think. 2 months, yeah. Correct, yeah. And respect also we finished. Service and respect. Correct, no? Now the third one we are going today. Respect, did we do it fully?
No, in the first one we are doing part 3.
Correct, part 3, yeah. Part 1 and 2 is over. Part 3 we are doing now. So this is also a very, very important one. How much do I care for others, or do I mainly care for myself? This is one of the very, very vital aspects of our Vaishnava's life. You will see a very amazing phenomenon in Yudhishthira Maharaj. Duryodhana never cared about him, but he cared Duryodhana to be like his younger brother, isn't it? When Duryodhana was in trouble with the Gandharvas, he arranged for Arjuna and Bhima to go and help him. Similarly, his elder or superior, Dhritarashtra, he also was a part of the plot hatched by Duryodhana. See, Maunam Samatasya Lakshanam, it is said, no? Like Duryodhana is making some dangerous, nefarious plans to kill the Pandavas. And Dhritarashtra is keeping mum, knowing well that these fellows are being sent to Varanavat. I know what's going to happen to them, but I'll keep quiet. What is the meaning of that? That means I am also subtly sanctioning it. Correct, no? So, therefore it is said Dhritarashtra showed passive envy, Duryodhana showed active envy. One, he had a dormant envy, and that fellow showed dynamic envy. But both of them are envious, actually. But how did Yudhishthira Maharaj treat Dhritarashtra? Huh? After everybody passed away, oh, my dear uncle, where are you gone? Have you jumped into some river? You already lamented for having lost your 100 sons in the battle, and I could not give you nice care and attention, due to which probably you have left us. If you have gone away to jungle, how will you survive? What will you eat there? Where will you stay? When we came as fatherless children from the forest after the death of Pandu, it was you who gave us the carrying shelter in the palace. He was shedding tears. So one devotee was asking, Prabhuji, Dhritarashtra is such a dangerous fellow, how he can shed tears for him? There is at least one person in the world who can shed tears for Dhritarashtra also. Other people will shed tears seeing his cruelty. He and Duryodhana, isn't it? Here is, there are tears of anger, there are tears of gratitude. So the Yudhishthira Maharaj is showing tears of gratitude to Dhritarashtra. Yeah. So that is why Vaishnava is not an ordinary person. Vaishnava's heart is so amazing that I told you 2 examples. One, senior and one junior. Both the fellows are vicious fellows, and our Yudhishthira Maharaj has no malice for them at all. So I have given you the extreme example now. You can consider anything else below that. So sometimes we are not able to be very caring even with those who are not vicious to us, even those who are kind to us also. So therefore, this topic is a very important topic. So see, first, every devotee staying in a community, we all need these things: physical, emotional, social, spiritual. So we can give an example of grooming a plant in the garden. How many of you have done gardening yourself personally? You have done some gardening? Okay, there are two of them. Okay. So there is one more. So it's very good. In those days, many people lived in independent bungalows. They used to have a kind of garden behind the house. So they have mango trees, some fruit-bearing trees, and also plants. So, but now life has changed. Everybody is living in flats now. But now also we can do gardening, which is called terrace gardening, and you can do it in stacks also now. Yeah, it has that facilities. So children should be given opportunity to do some gardening, because my father had allotted as one area for me and my sisters, to do this flowers like jandu and jasmine, and also we would put this tomato, brinjal, and all those things, potatoes. So we would sow the seeds and keep watering them and mark them. So he would also teach us how to take care. Don't put excess water; they will come out and all that. So he would come in the evening and draw the water from the well and give us in buckets. We would go and put for our areas. And then when it comes up, and then you see the flower. Oh, that is like something, a miracle has happened. You feel such a great thrill. Jandu also, there are varieties of jandus also. Different colors. Jandu comes very easily, actually. Then you can pluck it and you can offer it to Lord. So, but what is the connection of that to this? Our care that we receive or care that we give is also like growing a plant. I'll show you just one small PPT. I'll show you. See, first I've given spiritual care. Somebody can read that? Mic. Where is the mic? So spiritual care is like the water for the plant. Okay. Each item represents one thing. Yeah.
Spiritual for the plant of devotion. As one cultivates a seed by pouring water to fructify it, the seed of devotional service sown in the heart of the devotee will be cultivated by pouring water in the form of hearing and chanting of the holy name and pastimes of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam, purport.
Yeah. So what is the seed? Anybody can say? What is the seed that Guru sows in the heart of the disciple? Huh? Harinam? No. Huh? Harinam? Right. No. Huh? No. So for this you have to read Madhya Lila Chaitanya Charitamrita, CC 19.159. You can start from 157 or so. Bhakti-rata. So for 157, 158, 159, 160. Those 4 verses you can read. Okay, now you can say, what is Bhakti-rata Bija? Anybody can say? What is the Bija that Guru sows in the heart of the disciple? Because Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunoi, Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte, Kore Avudai. Which means it is not that, Guru puts the Krishna Prema into your heart. Your Krishna Prema is already there with you. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunoi. By sadhana you don't get Prema. Prema is already there, he says. Then what happens? In Shravanadi means Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, Archan, Vandan, Pal Sevan, and all those Navida Bhakti when you do, Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte, Kore, when the heart gets purified, that automatically pops out that love for Krishna. It is, we can give an example for that. Say there is a red hot coal covered by ashes. Huh? Like that you do, and the ashes are gone. Then the red hot coal is seen. So like that, love for Krishna is already there. Huh? So, but it's covered now. So what Guru does is he gives you an idea, a plan, a procedure, a program, a lifestyle, a certain set of habits, certain set of rules, regulations to follow, and that is the seed. Hmm. And that is actually called as Bhakti Lata Bija, which is given in those purports. You will read. That is actually the Bija. So, and when you faithfully follow those ideas, plans, procedures, regulation, habits, lifestyle, uh, program for spiritual progress, which he gives, that is actually the Bhakti Lata Bija, which actually kindles and revives the love which you already possess in your heart. For example, say you dig the ground and take out iron ore. Iron ore. Iron ore will be muddy, covered by mud. If you drop it from the top, the sound will come. Because it is covered by thick mud. But when the mud is removed completely, you put it, clang, sound comes. That means the swabhava of iron is actually covered by the mud. It appears that the iron has lost its characteristics of making clang sound. Isn't it? But the sound will come when after you remove the mud. So the Guru gives the procedure for removing the mud. Our Guru gives the procedure for blowing off the ashes. And that is actually the Bhakti Lata Bija. So one should not misunderstand that Guru gives the love of God seed, and then that you sow and then you grow it. We generally tend to think like that. Actually, the jiva innately has love of God, which is a part and parcel of Radharani's love. So jiva is a part of Krishna, and the jiva's love for Krishna is a part of Radharani's love. So Radharani has ocean of love for Krishna, and our love for Krishna is a drop. Similarly, Krishna in Tattva is infinitely great Lord and Supreme, and we are a small part, Vibhinamsha. We are a small part and parcel of his personality. So we are a small part of Krishna, and our love for Krishna is part of Radharani's love. So Radharani is carrying ocean of love and serving Krishna, and we all uh, surround her and assist her in offering service to Krishna with little drops of love, which also we have received from her only. Like that. So, but that is in a hidden state now. And that hidden love has to be brought out by the Bhakti Lata Bij given by the Guru. So, when that plant grows, like here he is watering the plant, you see, which Prabhuji read just now. Read the line below.
We have chosen water to represent spiritual care, since the same analogy is often used in Shastras and by Acharyas.
Yeah. So, watering the creeper of devotion and it can grow. Like here you see the picture, Guru's heart is shining with super soul, and the disciple's heart also is shining with super soul. What is that verse? Yasya deve para bhaktir yata deve tata guru tasyaite katita hiyarta prakashante mahatmanaha. One has to simultaneously serve Guru and Krishna. One should not serve one out of the two. Mayavadis make Guru so prominent that they don't worship Krishna at all. They make Guru into God. Guru Brahma, Guru Devo, Guru Deva. There's Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. They literally take this verse and not seeing the quality of Guru to be one with Krishna, but they think Guru is everything, God. So because of that type of wrong approach, they end up in impersonalism. And Sahajyas, they only take Krishna seriously. They say, why any guru should come between me and Krishna? I already have a loving relation with Krishna. Like that they argue. Like when I went for my first Vrindavan Yatra in 1993, I think, after going to Mayapur, in that Yatra we went to Mayapur, Jagannath Puri and Vrindavan also. It's a very big Yatra. It's like 24 days or something, 20 days or something. So when we went, we were going on Govardhan Parikrama, and I saw one fellow. He was actually decorated with peacock feather, He was carrying peacock feather and a flute also, and having Harinam Chatar around his body. He was walking like a female. So, his name only is Sakhi only. He calls himself Sakhi like that. So later on, I came to know that these people, many of them don't have any diksha, any guru also. On their own, they just go and reside in the dham and they move around doing Govardhan Parikrama, eating whatever is available, and try to attain Krishna directly. And eventually they fall down also because no guidance, independently, whimsically practicing something. So we have to be very cautious against that. So we have two types of things. One is two things simultaneously. Yasya deve parabhaktir yata deve tata guru. Guru and Krishna. Like we worship Gaur Nitai. Nitai is Guru and Gaur is Krishna. Correct, no? Similarly, we have to worship Krishna and Guru together. So Nitai is Adi Guru, and Adi Guru supplies strength to our Guru also, who gives us strength in the parampara it's coming down. So we have to worship them together. And he gives us the spiritual care program, and then we water. How does that happen? Shravanadi Siddha Chitte Koraya Udai. Shravanadi means the Navavidha Bhakti is the one which waters the creeper of devotional service. Okay. Next one, emotional care. Please read it. Yeah.
If there is no sunlight, we will see
No, what is emotional care in the title?
sunlight for the plant of devotion.
That means not only you need water to grow your devotional creeper, we also need
Sunlight.
Warmth. The sunlight is compared to the warmth. There is one very famous statement this fellow made. I think Robert Cooper wrote one book on emotional intelligence. No, Daniel Goleman and Robert Cooper. So in their book, in the cover page, once you go inside, you will see one very meaningful, nice statement. He says, "What the world needs is not knowledge but warmth." He says, because the world will not die of darkness but of cold. Like that he says. So, because sometimes we may give knowledge, but if the knowledge is not combined with warmth, then people may come out of darkness, but they may feel the cold behavior. Cold behavior means harsh behavior. So he says what the world needs is warmth, not knowledge, because the world will not die of darkness but of cold, like that he says. Basically, he's emphasizing on the sensitive behavior in that verse. Care. Even all of you can see in your lives also, when you came to the movement, Krishna consciousness movement, one of the things that very strongly you remember is the warmth with which devotees treated you. So that becomes very important, because that's like a package, and then in that package you can give the tattva also. It's like a bitter pill coated with sugar coating. The sugar coating is like the warmth, and the bitter pill is like the medicine. Correct, no? Like many hippies loved Prabhupada very fondly, dearly. But then after the Guru Puja, they would take a cigarette break. They would go to the neighborhood donut shop, and somebody would be smoking, somebody will be eating donuts. And Prabhupada asked, "Where are the devotees? I don't find anybody." He would take a stick and walk out to the temple and go to the neighborhood, and they all would be hiding below the table, like, Prabhupada has come. Like this. You have cigarette in one hand and ice cream on the other, and they are looking, and they know that Prabhupada will be upset with them if they eat that which is not prasad, or to smoke and things like that. So they could not give up their lower nature quickly. It took some time. At the same time, love for Prabhupada kept them in the temple. Like in Bible, there is a nice statement. The spirit is strong, but the flesh is weak, he says, which means the flesh is conditionings. And the spirit is Krishna consciousness. Actually, we have a longing to become Krishna conscious, but at the same time, the conditionings drag us oftentimes. And this is the situation of every beginning devotee. But then by getting this kind of warmth, emotional care, we will be able to come out of those conditionings and come to a stage where Kritvatmasat Surarishina Bhagavan Grihit Soham Katam Navisruje Tavabritya Sevam. Prahlad says, my Guru Narada Muni made me just like himself, he says. Exactly. It's not a proud statement, it's a very humble statement. It also goes on to show the power of Narada Muni also. He made me just like himself, he says. Same thing he also said, Daushkulyamadim vidunoti shigram. Who said this? I sometimes throw one phrase from the Bhagavatam to check. Satya Goswami tells about whom? He says that my Guru Shukadeva Goswami is so powerful. Although I was born in a pratikul marriage, not an anukul marriage, still he could purify me, and therefore he has made me eligible to speak Bhagavatam to all of you. Like that he says. Daushkulyamadim vidunoti shigram. Although my Kula is Daushkulyam, but vidunoti, he purified me. So, in this way, the disciple feels the great warmth of the superior. Yeah, read the second one.
If there is no sunlight, we will see all plants die. All plants will die. That is our experience. And because the sunlight is there, the plant is growing and they are becoming green and they are becoming red. They are becoming flavored.
Yeah, next one.
The manifestation of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge from the purport. In every gate, there is a development of symptoms of happiness, and that is the position of goodness.
See, till a person comes to goodness, he requires a lot of warmth of the superior in Rajoguna Tamoguna. Because in Rajoguna Tamoguna, spiritual life is like poison for you. It's painful. So you need that warmth, like a toddler child requires the mother's helping hand. But once the child has started walking nicely, then without the help of the mother, also child is able to walk and develops confidence. Similarly, till we come to Sattva-guna, we need a lot of warmth. That's why early day devotees, the formative years, first 4 or 5 years, they need a lot of warmth. And once they become stable in Sattva-guna, then they themselves start tasting. Sattva sanjayate jnanam. So they get knowledge also, they get happiness also, sukham. They get sukham and jnanam, both. Then they become very stable devotees after that. But prior to that, they need a helping hand surely. So, Rishabhadev, in one of the shlokas, tells his 100 sons that a preacher should not become angry with those to whom he is preaching to. Because if you become angry, it is like pushing a blind man into a well, like that he says. Already the man is blind, you also push him into well. He has no scope to come out of it. So, and also he says so, why? Because the person who is preaching is an enlightened soul, and then he finds that the newcomer is ignorant and weak-minded, both. He's ignorant also and weakling also and unable to come to the standard also. So you become merciless and cruel sometimes in them, in smashing them sometimes. You're good for nothing. You draw a line and say, if you cannot come to this, you get lost or whatever. So therefore, sometimes our anger can become a great obstacle for them to grow in spiritual life, because they don't know anybody other than us many times. They know only us, and they are not aware of others. They depend on us, and then our treatment sometimes may put them off. At the same time, I'll tell you one the interesting phenomenon. I won't say that you have to be all the time loving and caring and not correct them at all. If you look at the sun does two activities. It gives warmth and it can scorch also. Correct or not? Huh? Therefore, Tulasi Marani, what we do, we keep her in front of Tulasi. When sun becomes very hot, to take her away. We keep her little on the side, isn't it? So we need the right amount, proportion of heat of the sun, which will actually help to grow, which is a combination of, chastisement combined with warmth. It's like a iron fist with a velvet gloves. Huh? Correct now? Iron fist is painful, but the velvet gloves is very comforting. Huh? So because of velvet gloves, one may not feel that he is getting punch. So like that, one has to learn the art of administering the corrections in such a manner that the subordinate can grow. That is actually emotional care. Now you can tell me. Yeah. Give the mic to him here. He has a question.
Prabhu, as you mentioned, not only the upcoming devotees who are practicing for 4 or 5 years, we need to give some warm to give what you said as we should not pull them again blindly to the well. But there is a possibility of in the devotee community also, where we will just without spending time or without having a considerable time, and we are not enriching each other. That time also we may have this kind of gut feelings, or maybe we're not able to open up. So how to overcome, where, what are the possible ways we can actually invest not only with the upcoming devotees, at the same time within the community? Why? Because the care, basically what we can derive from, it's spiritual care. Not only like whatever the warmth we can give, that as you mentioned it, it's like a tablet with a sweet thing. So the sweet thing may be something like a externally we may do some care. Why? Because as a community, but what is the spiritual care really we need to give, or we need to take from the community devotees? Can
Yeah.
you just elaborate on those things?
Yeah.
Why? Because that is
Actually, in the same notes which I have given, the later part is when Radhanath Maharaj has given some pointed ways by which devotees can nourish one another in a community. What to do and what not to do very clearly has given point wise. I'll come to that when we talk about that. So it's not that only the early day devotees need warmth. The grown up devotees need warmth in a different way. For example, the grown up devotees need to be honored, respected, given dignity, and not chastised in a public place. If they are chastised publicly, that is a very big withdrawal. They will even not come at all. They'll go away completely. They will say that you are treating me like a kid. I have spent so many years. So therefore we say glorify in public and chastise in private, we say. And also, what is the meaning of chastise? So you know the word chaste wife. So chastise means purify. Make the person chaste to Krishna and Guru. That is chastise. Correct? No? Chastise doesn't mean necessarily you have to speak harsh words. Basically, you have to purify the person to come up, and that purification should be done in a very mature way for the grown-ups. Like the grown-up requires respect, grown-up requires freedom, the grown-up requires uh, challenges, adventure. And if you trust a grown-up devotee and then give some opportunity to exhibit their talent, they feel very grateful to the senior. So therefore, their warmth requirement is quite different from the newcomer. A newcomer, you give a special gulab jamun, they'll be very happy. You can't take a 15-year-old devotee and just give one gulab jamun and say, be happy with that. They need a different type of gulab jamun. They will need. And also asking their opinion, allowing them to share their opinion rather than tell them that, just do what I am telling you to do. Correct now? What do you feel about this? You are also experienced now. Giving them opportunity to share their opinion. There are many things like that. And also, it is not that grown-up devotees don't need warmth. They also, like Advaita Acharya Prabhu and Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are all coming together now. Advaita Acharya Prabhu is serving prasad, Gaur are sitting and eating. Correct now? They're taking out time for eating prasad together. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking out time from Gambhira and going to Tota Gopinath, where he's hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from whom? Other Pandit. And there others are also sitting. Haridas Thakur is sitting, Gadadhar Pandit is there, and Nityanand Prabhu is sitting, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sitting. Just about 7-8 of them. They are making a small Bhagavatam study circle and they're studying Bhagavatam together. They're eating prasadam together. Correct, no? And Mahaprabhu would go to the ocean side and he would chant japa, like early morning to sometimes till noon also he would chant. So, and then he would go to meet Haridas Thakur to give him prasad, correct, no? He would go to give Jagannath prasad to Haridas Thakur. Which means, there was time of the day when he took care of his sadhana. Then there was time of the day when he had associated with devotees. Then there was another time of the day when he would meet one-on-one with some important devotees like Haridas Thakur. We need time for different things. Sometimes, our life can be like an industry. Part. You plan this morning, this afternoon, this evening, this. I did this program, that program. And then you suddenly look around, nobody is there except you. So sometimes we pack our, schedules with too many, engagements and expansion program. Like we can do book distribution, we can do preaching, we can do. Sometimes you do offline preaching 3 programs and then in between 2 online also introduce. So then we can get packed up in the day. And when one of your equal devotees want to talk to you, you say, sorry, no time. And some senior devotee wants to meet you, you say that, after a week or so I can meet or whatever. So actually our life can become very Actually, sometimes we may have time only for those whom we are preaching to, and we may not have time for equals and seniors. And that is where what happens, what you said just now. Sometimes our life can become little frustrating, and we become irritable. And that is a sign that we have to slow down a bit and slow down our pace, because the whole world is, our customer. Whole world is there for us. Mm. So before we can, just like for example, a child needs to grow to a certain age, after which, like now you see the Harivallabi. How old is she, Mataji? 7 now. She's just 7 now. Now you give her another 3-4 years time when she's 10 or 11, then she can go out of the home and buy something from a shop and come back. Correct, no? Huh? But now if you expect her, hey, take a bag, what are you doing sitting at home? Take this money, go and purchase something and bring. It's a small child there. Correct, no? So therefore, first 10 years, parents have to invest in a child. And then after 10 years, the child will start giving out fruits in the form of, doing some services, and she will learn cooking from the mother. And she will assist the mother in cooking also. She may bring some things from the market. She may study and work and do. Correct, no? In the same manner, tree you will see. Initially, we are only putting the seed, watering it, putting manure, putting gobar, and then putting a fence. And everything is, we are giving, giving, giving. That is not giving anything, plant. But after the tree grows, then flowers come out, fruits come out, isn't it? Bark comes, shade comes, so many things it gives. Initially, we invest, later on, the contribution will come. So amongst devotees also, we have to grow the devotees initially by investing in them without much expecting from them. And as they grow, after a period of time, they themselves will come forward and say that I want to do something. Huh? So your guest turns into a host after that, at that point of time. Correct, no? It's clear? You will learn more as you go in the lesson. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
So many things. It's like a zip file which said. I just want to elaborate on one thing. On the pace part, how much we have to slow down, because we expect as an year, as the years grow, there is an expectation from someone like तुमको इतना भी नहीं जानता है, so you don't know this much.
Yeah.
So, but perhaps it may be that that person has not grown, or we don't see that his
Correct.
growth.
Correct.
So how to understand in those situations, like how much is first of all our
Therefore,
capacity and their capacity?
like parents know about their children. Every child is not the same. They come with some unique psychology. Correct, now? Some children are fast, some children are slow. Some children are quick to understand. Some children take time to understand. Some children are good at one thing, other children are good at another thing. Like some devotee may cook well, but may not be able to preach well. Some devotee can preach very good classes, but he can't cook. Some devotee can sing very well. But there is one council I remember in those days, that councillor meeting, it'll be totally 2 hours meeting. So first 45 minutes there'll be kirtan, Vaishnava song. It'll be going on. And then there'll be some 20 minutes class and 10 minutes question answer. Then again, lastly, some more Vaishnava songs. Another 45 minutes. So only half an hour class. So some people in that group complained that, Prabhuji, the only kirtan here. Only is a bhajan meeting only. So that then I checked with that counselor. He said, Prabhuji, I am not very good at speaking and all. I don't know much philosophy. But he was a very good singer. He plays harmonium and sings very well. And others are enjoying also because they get knowledge from various other programs. Here they just come to be with him. And so, on the other hand, there are people who are very intellectual fellows. They will finish Jayarada Madhava in 2 minutes only. Only one line they will sing and finish it. And then get into the philosophy and very. And that groups complain to me that, Prabhuji, they never do kirtan here. It's all dry philosophy. So you will see that different devotees have different abilities, natures. So therefore the superiors have to know who can yield what, which service who can award. And we have to know, just like every flower is different. One jasmine flower is fragrant, lotus flower has honey, sunflower has beauty. So you have to find out which flower can offer what. In the same manner, which devotee can offer what to Krishna. And we have to identify that and fan that ability by encouraging them, enthusing them, and empowering them, delegating that service to them. And then they will do wonderful. Generally, what happens, because we are living in a society where everybody becomes engineer, IT engineer that too, and everybody becomes doctor. Then what happens, devotees also expect that everybody should become preacher. Everybody should become a leader. Yeah, we expect like that. And that is what is frustrating to both. I also had such expectation from many of my people in Pune. I would say, what is the use of coming to ISKCON if you cannot become a leader and do something great? Go to some place and preach and develop. They will tremble. Prabhuji, don't send me anywhere. Keep me here only. you know. And everybody cannot do that. Everybody has, different people have different abilities, correct? So, therefore, what I would say, if you are on the receiving end, any of you, you need an honest dialogue with your superior. So you can say that, see, you are expecting this out of me, but I am not that material. I'm not a president material. I'm not a vice president material. Or I'm not a preacher material. I can do little cooking or subjugating and don't expect much from me. You have to honestly express it to the superior. And superior also should see that no Vaishnava is useless. They can offer some service. There are some people even giving Charanamrita, that is also required. There are some people who cannot speak to anybody while book distribution. They just put a table and just sit there. Like there was one fellow, one Marathi fellow. This fellow used to have big teeth. Always he would smile. When he smiles, all the teeth will be visible. And he had very beautiful teeth. Rows of teeth. Some people have like that, you see. Some people have teeth beauty. Some people have eye beauty. Some people have nose beauty, raised nose. And some people have face beauty. So this fellow had teeth beauty. So he was sitting in the table with a lot of Prabhupada books. And he can smile. He doesn't know to preach much. He just smiles at people, that's all. So one devotee was attracted to his smile. He thought that, I am so educated and we are all so frustrated. Even after getting MBA, I am frustrated. This fellow is an uneducated fellow, smiling so beautiful. Let me find out what is the secret of his smiling. So he came to his table and then he saw the books. This fellow showed him the books. He picked up 3-4 books. And that person became a devotee. And that devotee's name is Shamanand Prabhu in Bombay, Chapati. Yeah. Shamanand Prabhu became devotee by seeing the smile of one Panduranga Prabhu. So this Panduranga Prabhu is a Marathi devotee, illiterate. He simply smiled and distributed books. So therefore I tell the devotees that even if somebody is not educated, what they can do, we cannot predict. So from the superior's part, they should allow the younger ones to gradually grow and not become restless. And the junior's part, they should not just remain stuck in their babyhood leelas. They have to grow out of it, not just remain the comfort zone. There are some devotees who just receive, and they are just they want to be pampered. They will they look for good prasad. They look for somebody who always praises them, and they won't do anything, and that frustrates everybody because the number of years they have spent many years. They don't do much. It's like imagine if a 25-year-old boy is wearing a diaper still. People will laugh at him. What is this? Look at you. So many years you have spent. Like that. So both, yeah.
So one question here. See, one of the things in the emotional care is that by nature, people expect a lot of appreciation for every small thing that is done for Krishna, of course. But as leaders, sometimes keeping track of, keeping track of every detail of the service of every person is doing, and then appreciating them on time. That too, also in writing big things and in social media or WhatsApp or whatever it is. It's practically seem to be not possible. But at the same time, they sometimes express this that I'm not appreciated, my service is not recognized, and this thing.
There is one very easy solution to this. See, in the beginning days in any community, you are there and 5-6 people are there around you. And you are all working closely together. And you're also struggling together. Everybody. So that struggle also gives joy. Say you struggle, I help you. And then I struggle, you help me. That's what His Holiness Narendra Maharaj says in the book Caring for Krishna's Devotees. And it's very, very joyful time, the formative years. But then eventually what happens, each of these people, they bring more people to us. And then now I was say preaching to 6 boys. Now I have 50 boys, 60 boys. And I am giving lecture. Now the complaint will come to you from some boys that the leader is not giving attention to me, because he is giving attention to a few. Because our capacity to give attention also is limited as human beings. Krishna can marry 16,108 wives, and he can be in every palace, which we can't be. We are limited, our human energy limited. So that is the time we have to be very intelligent to immediately make a mentor system where, say, you give time and quality time to mentors, say 5, 6 mentors with you. And then each of them give in turn, you make like a tree diagram group, each of them, and they are giving time to the people. Now, if they are adoring their mentor, they will adore you even more, because they know that my mentor is getting inspiration from this leader. So they see you from a distance, but even your small gesture of appreciation will be taken greatly by them. I have experience of this. Like I go to some student centers, I just give one small pat on the back and tell the boy, and the boy will remember for lifetime. Because he knows that the senior most devotee who's coming to that center, he considers me his superior, like that. So then it's a very big advantage for you, because they are satisfied with their own mentor who gives them very close appreciation to a group of 5 to 10 boys. And then your attention has to be only on the mentors. Say you have 6 mentors. You have to make sure that you give the right type of treatment to them, when they are at this level, at this level, at this level. So that, like, Lalayet Panchavarshani, Dashavarshani Tadi, Praptet Shodashe Varshe, Putra Mitra Vadacharet, correct now? So when they are very early, you give just like a child requires just hugs and kisses, that's all. You can't expect anything from a newborn child, And then after child becomes 5, that's the right age to instruct. Like somebody is very much attracted to me and is taking shelter of me. They got a lot of appreciation. Now a certain time will come, after that you have to offer them corrections. If you don't offer correction, you are doing disservice, because that is the stage where they can be polished like a diamond. Say 5 to 15. That is and then after they come to 16, now they themselves are grown out of the limitations and they are shining like a diamond now. Then you have to treat them like a friend after that. Putram Mitravadacharya. At that time, you should not expect that because I brought you to Krishna consciousness, you should be within my fold only. Whatever, no, you should be under me only. Then they may also want to associate with other leaders other than us. So I have introduced many people to many leaders. Somebody will come and request, Prabhuji, can you please introduce me to Amar Prabhu? Or can you please introduce me to Radha Gopinath Prabhu? Or as well as Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj. I have personally written letters to these great souls telling the glories of a particular boy. So they have been connected like that. So we should not think, oh, you don't love me? You want to go to somebody else? You are like unchaste wife if somebody thinks like that. So that is actually wrong, because you will see that, although they are going to many people, they still draw a lot of energy from you. Just like one example is given by Niranjan Maharaj in his book, Caring for Krishna's Devotees. He says that Kanchenjunga is the biggest mountain in Mount Everest. But along with it, there are also other mountains, you see. Similarly, His Holiness Ranath Maharaj also is very broad-minded. He knows that many of his disciples, besides him, they derive a lot of inspiration from Chandramalli Swami or His Holiness Niranjan Maharaj, His Holiness Devamrit Maharaj, and His Holiness Radhagovind Maharaj, Jayadut Maharaj, and many others also. And far from stopping disciples from associating with others, he has made a long yasasana so that others can also come and sit. It's very accommodating, and that is why disciples are very peaceful and happy also. There is no restriction. At the same time, one may have a question in mind. Will this not lead to disloyalty to one's own superior? For example, somebody is under me. Now they hear somebody else and they get too motivated and too inspired and they think, hey, my senior doesn't know enough. See, that person knows so much. That can also happen. Correct, no? It has happened to some also like that. It can happen. So therefore, when they are going to take that, we call it as a multiple inspiration, singular accountability. There are people who are accountable to one superior Just like you say for example, a girl is given by her parents to a boy in marriage. Yeah. See, the boy may not be very handsome, or he may not be very highly qualified. But later, this girl comes across family members who may be very handsome and very highly qualified. Huh? But that doesn't mean she's going to ditch this fellow and run away with somebody. She knows that this person is given to me by my parents as my husband. Huh? So she is very loyal to that person. Uh, And so this is a very important thing. You will see that with those devotees with whom you have deeply connected in life, although they may take inspiration from many people, at the end of the day, they'll come and share their heart with you. That I heard so and so said, what do you think about it? What do you want me to do? Huh? Do you want me to do that or do you want me to do this? Like one brahmachari came and asked me, Prabhu, I was hearing the lectures of that devotee and they are speaking many acharyas commentaries. So would you like me to read those acharyas commentaries, Sridhar Swami and all those things? I told him, no, Prabhu, you are very young now. First you complete all Prabhupada books first, and then you can. And he immediately obeyed that. So in this way, we can be, as they grow, according to their growth, we have to give them inputs. So I have corrected some of the people closest to me today, like Antardev Prabhu, Revati Prabhu, Acharya Ponda. As much as I have glorified them through letters and public forums, I have, if not equally, I have chastised them also, corrected them also. And now, despite my correction, they are very close to me because they know that whatever I tell them is for their welfare. It will bring out the best out of them. Just like if you see the aluminum vessel they make, no, they hit with a hammer. You've seen that, but they give the hand inside. Why? Without the hand, if you hit, it will make a hole only. Correct, no? They keep the hand, they touch with the hand, and they hit. Similarly, they know that, see, this Prabhuji, he wants to empower me to become a bigger and better devotee. Huh? Once that confidence comes in their heart, then any amount of correction, they will take it. Huh? Then it is possible. They will not say, Prabhuji, you are always giving correction. What about appreciation? They don't ask because they know that something good is going to come out of them. Just like gold put in fire is, purified. Like that, they know that. At the same time, uh, we have to learn to combine masculine and feminine traits in one personality. For example, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj came to Pune recently. And I wanted to introduce one family to him. Rasamrita Gaur Prabhu and his good wife, Anupam Gopika Mataji. And the Anupam Gopika Mataji was undergoing chemo and all recently. So that's a very good family, and they're the Mataji taking care of 25 girls. So I wanted to introduce this couple to Maharaj. They're Maharaj disciples only. And tell Maharaj that, she's undergoing this challenge in her life. Please bless her. So last day when Maharaj was about to leave, Maharaj was coming from the steps. I brought this couple immediately and said, Maharaj, I wanted to just quickly introduce you. 1 minute. Maharaj said, no introductions, please. No introductions. I said, he closed his eyes also. And they got a little frightened. They went away to the side after that. And then Maharaj said, Radheshyam, do you see how sick I am today? My health is very bad. Everybody wants attention. And I am not a person who can just look at a person and artificially wave my hand and push off. Politicians can wave their hand for a million people also. They don't have to give attention. But I give attention to everybody. Whoever I give attention, I have to put my energy into it. And my health is not very good. And he said, I was in my, I have given up one program and come for this, and too many hectic schedules for me. He said, no, sorry, Maharaj, I'm very sorry. So then he boarded the car. Within half an hour, I got a call. His servant called me and Maharaj was saying, Radheshyam, I'm very sorry. And I could not meet that couple because I am not well rested last few days. My health has been very bad. So you wanted to introduce someone to me, but I didn't have the sufficient good health to receive them. Hope you would not mind. He said. I said, Maharaj, you are inspiring millions of people. It was my mistake that I brought somebody. He said, no. You tell that couple next time when I come, I will definitely see them. He said, so next time he came again to the JPC meeting. That time they got properly introduced after that. But why am I telling you this? Although he's a very exalted personality, he has the masculine side is to take up challenges, do adventurous things in life, do and show to the subordinates, and all subordinates clap hands. These are masculine traits. And the feminine trait is, take a humble position. You know, although he didn't do a mistake, actually he was, honestly speaking, health wasn't good. So at the same time, I was feeling it's very important. Correct now. So he doesn't have to say sorry to me, but that is his kindness that he says so. Correct now. So in this way, as we grow in our seniority, you will see even the senior most devotees also will commit some mistakes. One example I'll tell you. One time I sent one email to Antardeep Prabhu, my assistant. So he had asked whether we can go ahead with this. And then I began the mail saying that, see, this problem is that problem. How can you do this? Why do you say that this time you all want to do this? So like that I began my letter. And then letter went on and on. Almost I wrote 1.5 pages. I wrote. And then later on I came to know that they were planning to implement it and they didn't implement. Then I asked him, Ankup, why you didn't implement? I asked, Prabhuji, you sent a letter, very strong letter, therefore we didn't implement it. Then I asked him, did you read the letter? He said, Prabhuji, first 3-4 lines I read, I understood. So you are very upset. You are very upset about the whole thing. So we dropped the idea, he said. I said, come here, then he brought the computer, read the letter. After half the letter, I'm changing my direction. Then I told him, I know that, not only you, all of you guys want to do this. Although I'm not currently very happy, still I'm going to permit you and I'm going to allow you to take risk. And let us see. And I am also a part of this risk which you are taking. If it comes out good, I will clap hands for you. And if it doesn't come out good this time, although some money is going to be wasted in this, next time you should say no to this. Like that I concluded. That means answer is yes or no? Yes. But what did you understand? Correct, no? So in this way, sometimes even amongst the senior devotees also, there is going to be some clashes will come. But the trust level should be so thick that these clashes should not distance us. Actually, these clashes should not make us morose or cynical or frown or become hard-hearted or develop hatred. If it does, it's a very great unfortunate thing, because I know companies where the president and vice president had a cleavage in relationship, and the vice president left the company and joined the rival company. And he started supplying all the ideas from the parent company to rival company. Think about it. What a disaster for the parent company. So, as well as Ranath Maharaj at the top level leaders, he has heavily emphasized this point of, he would say that if you are not able to connect well with some junior upcoming devotee, it's not a problem. There are hundreds of them. But with top level people, we should always have our equations right. We should not cross anybody. It's very, very important point, because even one example I'll tell you. When Vallabhacharya wrote the commentary, to the Bhagavatam, he thought it is better than the commentary of Sridhara Swami also. So he wanted to say about that to Nityananda Prabhu, Gadadhar Pandit, Advaita Acharya. Actually, Nityananda Prabhu escaped. And Gadadhar Pandit Prabhu could not escape because of his very soft nature. He was forced to hear. And Advaita Acharya Prabhu was upset, but he didn't express. He kept it within his mind. He said, so Vallabha, you are saying that you made a commentary better than Sridhar Swami, and then he showed hand to Lord Chaitanya coming. Here comes the personified religious principles. Like that he's telling about Mahaprabhu. You can directly present your opinion to him and take his advice. Like that Advaita Acharya Prabhu said. Advaita Acharya knew that he's going to get chastisement now. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he heard it, and you all know what he said. If someone does not follow Swami, then that person is a prostitute, like that he said. He was shattered. Hamsa madhye bakoyata, he says. Like a duck among swans, he felt like that. Shattered completely. It's like a chastisement. That too in the presence of others also he got. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would never do this. Generally, he would always correct a person very privately, carefully. But here, why he did that? Because it was a serious matter. Somebody is condemning a previous acharya and claiming his own commentary to be better than his. A very serious matter it is. But then Mahaprabhu saw Vallabha's face became immediately small. He felt very, very morose. And he thought that all Vaishnavas have rejected me. Then Mahaprabhu said, Hey Vallabha, you are a great devotee of Lord Krishna. And how can you write any commentary that opposes the previous Acharya's commentary? You can't do that. Therefore, I suggest you return back home and look into your commentary again, and then make suitable modifications to align with Acharyas, previous Acharyas. If you do that, myself and other Vaishnavas, we all will come to your home to take prasadam, he said. And then he became very, very jubilant after that. He went home and did the needful, and then cooked prasad, invited everybody. Everybody went. When Mahaprabhu went, then even Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Gadadhar Pandit, everybody was ready to go because Mahaprabhu is leading. Then all of them followed. And then he fed them all prasad. He became very happy. On that day, Vallabhacharya even took initiation from Gadadhar Pandit in the Yugala Mantra also. Although he was actually connected to only Balakrishna, Sri Krishna Sharanamama, he would do that. So that is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. You will read that. Now, why did Mahaprabhu go to his house? To repair that dent produced in his mind. Whose mind? He understood that he has become sad. That depression or sadness has to be removed by filling it up. If there's a depression in the ground, you fill it up, correct? No? How you fill it? By extra affection. And Mahaprabhu gave that extra affection by going to his house, taking prasad along with all the Vaishnavas. And that was the end of the friction between Vallabhacharya and other Vaishnavas. Everybody became friendly with him after that. Mm. Yeah, correct. Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So we were discussing about clashes between devotees. When we are living in a community, we are living close and we are working close with one another. Over a period of time, each one is able to see the shortcomings of the other.
Yeah, correct.
So
Yeah.
whether it be seniors,
Yeah.
what we never used to see few years before, we used to adore. But when we are working closely in any community,
Yeah, that's natural. It's similar to family.
yes,
Like, husband and wife, when parents are matching the marriage and then coming together, they have very big expectations from each other. Correct, no? Actually, husband thinks that wife has to be having some 2 dozen qualities. And the wife also has expectation from husband should have 2 dozen qualities. From a distance also, everything looks very attractive and nice. But when you come close, then as you rightly said, the rough edges start upbraiding and sparks come. Then you say, I never thought you are like this. You never thought I am like this. And all that comes. So just like in a family, same with devotee community also. In a smaller community, yes.
So in that situation also, how do we preserve one's adoration and respect for one another?
Yeah.
Because over a period of time, it has seen that this familiarity leads to very casual dealings and very judgmental behavior
Correct.
for all of us.
Yeah. So what do we do? One of the first things, like Vasudeva is telling to, Narada is telling to Vasudeva in Kurukshetra during that eclipse time when all sages and Vasudeva had assembled. So that time Narada, in one of the shlokas, he says, Sannikarsho atra matrena anadarana karanam, he says. Sannikarsha means when we come too close, anadarana karanam. That's the cause of disrespect, he says. So that means both the Vaishnavas should stop any frivolous talk and they should increase the distance a little bit. Too much coming close is not very good. Then also, for example, if somebody deals with me disrespectfully, casually, then I should immediately keep a distance from them. And the distance will increase the respect. It's the first thing we should do. And the second thing, Even if you increase the distance also, still the person has a wrong perception about me. Say, I am doing something, but he's misunderstanding me to be doing something else. Correct, no? Then I have to clarify. Correct, no? Why I am doing what I am doing. Correct, no? So, if we don't clarify, then the misunderstanding is going to remain and become a fossilized perception in future. So, in order for it not to become fossilized, uh, to eradicate it, it is better for us to honestly clarify, like what Lord Krishna did with Shamantaka jewel. He went to forest. Because one big blunder this fellow did, our Satrajit. He's saying, Prayaha Krishnena Nihato, he's saying. Maybe Krishna killed my brother Prasena. Prayaha Krishnena Nihato, he's saying. Um, And then he's saying, Manigrivo Vanam Gataha, he's saying. My brother took Manigriva, that Shamanaka jewel, put on his neck and went to forest. Prayaha Krishnena Nihato. He said, maybe Krishna has killed my brother, like that he said. But then what happened in Dwaraka? Karne, Ajapan Janaha. From 1 year to another year, they started going. And everybody misunderstood Krishna. And Dwaraka is his own home ground. I mean, it's a parliament for him. There people started. So what did Krishna do? He clarified. He went to the forest. The pastime of Jambavan was there, and then he got the Shamantaka jewel and he put in front of all the people who were called, and they were told, see, here is Shamantaka jewel. And this is what happened. Prasena took it and went to forest. A lion attacked him and then took it away. And then Jambavan attacked the lion and took it. And then I got it back from Jambavan. Jambavan gave his daughter in marriage to me, Jambavati, And then he showed it. And then he called Satrajit and gave it. Satrajit said, sorry, and I misunderstood you. The whole thing is clarified. So whenever somebody has a misunderstanding about you, you have to clarify it. If you don't clarify, they will not know what is right perception, and they will hold the wrong perception. Correct, no? So now sometimes certain things are clarifiable. Certain things, even if you clarify, they will not be happy. One example I will tell you. 2 devotees wanted to get Brahman Diksha. You gave only one. Other one you have put them on hold. And they came at the same time to Krishna consciousness. Now, no matter how much clarification you give, if you tell him that, Prabhu, you are not coming for morning program and you are not having any preaching program also. The other devotee, as soon as he becomes Brahman, is going to worship the deities. And you told that your family is super busy and you have two budding children. You won't be able to worship. So, on what grounds do you want to take Brahman Diksha? He has only one ground. We came at the same time. That's all. Now, if you clarify also, will you be able to pacify him? Then what you should do, you have to patch up that by giving him support in other ways. For example, on his birthday, send a big Mayapur cake to his house. He say, Prabhu, I went to Mayapur, I remembered your birthday is coming 2 days from now, I sent this cake for you. So there are other things we can fill up the depression that he is feeling. Because even if you clarify, he may not understand. Yeah. So I am only afraid about one thing about SLATE program is the discussions will come so well, our notes will not proceed ahead many times. But these are also very important. Have you read the last one also?
No.
Please read the last one.
We have chosen sunlight to represent emotional care because colors and flavors are often compared in the Shastra to the moods and emotions, and because happiness in the mode of goodness is compared to illumination.
Yeah, correct. So we all need warmth to come to goodness. From Rajoguna Tamaguna hippies, by Prabhupada's warmth, they came to Sattva. After that, you will see that. And once they come to Sattva, they get inner support also. Initially, they need external support. Later on, they get in. Just like, for example, I have a broken bone. I need that crutch, that you give me the crutch, I will use it for some time. Once my bones grow, what I do, then even without the crutch also I can walk. Similarly, the 3 couples, they got support from Prabhupada. After that, he could send them to London and tell them, now you preach and make devotees. Similarly, many gurus, Prabhupada send them to different continents. Take the whole continent and develop it. They could do so many nice things. So therefore, the initial support is very necessary. And then social care. Read it. Was the mic with you? Fertilizer.
Fertilizer for the plant of devotion.
Yeah.
The life of the Krishna conscious society is nourished by these 6 types of loving exchanges
You all know that, isn't
among
it?
the members.
Dadati, Pratigranati and those things. Yeah. Then
Upadeshamrita verse
Yeah.
per purport. We have chosen fertilizer to represent social care because it is our social interactions which provide the nourishment for the creation of a devotional society.
yeah, the social interactions between devotees. That is actually social care. For example, say a child in this community. The child has mother and father devotees. And also the child has a school. What is the name of the school? That Hagriva? Parigyan Vikas, yeah. So the child goes to school. There the child gets to meet other fellow children also who come to study there. Then the teachers are also wearing tilak. And the child gets to meet the teachers so even all of us, if you see in our families, we have mother, father, then we have uncle also, then we have aunt, then we have amama. You know amama? Amama means mother's mother. Correct now? Apapa, like that we say, no? A father of father, mother of mother. So we have multiple relations and each rasa is totally different. With everybody it's different. So that's social care in a family. Similarly in devotee family also you will see, sometimes, some of the Pune devotees, they like to go and talk to Gauranga Prabhu or, Radha Gopinath Prabhu. They'll come and tell me what they talked and how happy they were. Because that is a different rasa they get from them. So when Gauranga Prabhu came to Pune, one Pune devotee asked him a question that, sometimes we feel our superior gets very upset, very angry. But we see that when he goes to other places, people glorify him like anything. They say we have never seen a devotee like Radheshyam Prabhu. He is such a humble devotee, simple devotee. He is so. But here he shows his Ugra Rupam. Sometimes he becomes very angry. So what Gauranga Prabhu told him, see, if you see air conditioner, inside it gives AC and outside it gives heat. There's two sides. You know, so he said, you guys are on the heat side and I am on the cold side. So he said, many of the preachers in their own project, they'll be strong. When they go out, they'll be very humble, tender, and well behaved. So this devotee quickly understood it. And Gauranga Prabhu said, see, when I come to Pune, I am on the cool, I am giving you cool side. If you want to see my real side, come to GV. I'll give you. So, and therefore you need social care. Correct, no? You need the social, because social care means what? See, you are getting some punch from your immediate superior, then you go to the other people. Like a child got some little punch from the mother or father, then the child can go to aunt, child can go to Dadaji, child can go to Amama or whatever. And they are very, very tender. Child feels, here is what I'm getting what I wanted. And there, sometimes, just like Yashodama is showing a stake and binding Krishna and all, and then Nanda Baba comes and gives support, correct, no? And then Krishna is taken care like that. Therefore, amongst mother and father also, both should have a diverse qualities. If one is very loving and caring, other one should be very strong. Like Yashoda has a stick. Nanda Baba, you'll never see him with stick. Imagine if both are carrying stick. Nanda Baba one stick and Yashoda on stick. Where will Krishna go? Correct, no? So therefore, I told you to, in any project, we need masculine and feminine trait combination. It's very important. Yeah, next. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like sunlight. But there should also be a proper proportion. No, it's not that I keep giving only fertilizer or there's lot of sunlight.
Correct.
Like how do we know like how much proportion of what to give?
Correct.
Is my
Actually, and everybody's needs are also different. Say, for example, in this community, somebody comes and joins your program, but that fellow's parents are divorced, for example. There is a very big, like one boy recently, he started coming to our beach temple. His father passed away when he was a small baby. His father was 36. Some disease he passed away. And then he grew up. Now he became almost a teenager now. And his mother also passed away, So now he's like an orphan, So when he came to the temple that day, he was dancing, chanting. So when he came and talked to me, continuous stream of tears, because he never got support of the parents, in his life. So now with those people, we have to deal with them very carefully because they're emotionally very vulnerable, So they need more warmth than order from us. So we have to keep it in mind. We should not forget that, dealing with them. On the other hand, somebody got abundant affection, care from family, pampered, very nice, is very emotionally very healthy. Then they have more tenacity to take blows also. Correct, no? They can take it. Yeah. So it varies from person to person. And many times we don't know the background. Without knowing background, you give a punch and it doesn't work well. That we have to be very careful. Therefore, we deal with the people case to case. So this is like the fertilizer, like a gobar. So social care is like, if you put gobar, then the plant grows very healthily, right? No? So that social care, it supports from all directions. These are the different ways you have social interaction. You have some very devotee whom you love very much. You can open the heart to receiving their mercy. Some devotees should have definitely to whom you can honestly open your heart without any fear. And then accountability. What type of services am I doing? Are you happy with my service? And what do you want me to modify? And that is accountability. And visibly exemplary means morning programs. No, we should be visibly seen because that helps you to connect with other devotees. If you don't come for senior devotees program like this program now, if you don't come for this kind of programs, then you are not going to learn much. You'll just keep saying the same thing in our life. We should come to forums where equal and senior we get to meet, and then we should be exemplary in learning also as much as we are exemplary in teaching. Right now, so like Jaydev Prabhu Satyat Mataji, in their house I was doing a program every Tuesday. For 14 years I did that program. So Satyat Mataji will start cooking at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon with a team of 7, 8 ladies. They'll cook for 150 people, they'll cook, And then by the time it is 7 o'clock, she will finish cooking everything. She would wash hands, legs, everything and come running to the program. I would tell Mataji, see, I'm only doing kirtan for 15 minutes prayer and all. And lecture I will start only at 7:20. She would say, no, I want to attend your kirtan also. In fact, I like your kirtan more than your lecture also. She would want to attend. So she would sit from the beginning to the end, both Prabhuji and Mataji, husband, wife, and they would have notebook and pen and noting down every point like a child. And she would ask questions genuinely. And sometimes bold questions she will ask. And Jaydev will say, shh, baad mein, you can ask later. Or you can ask later on. She will say, why others also should learn? She was very bold. So, and Jaydev also, such an exalted devotee, and I would note down the points. And so, you will see that although they are hosts and they are also counselors, they were in a very learning mode. On the other hand, there are certain people, who feel that, what is the need of attending a class? There are so many books available. Nowadays, there is an information explosion. You go to the net, you get everything. What is the need of, attending? I'm not a kid now. I'm grown up now. For 10 years or 15 years have passed. And they are not in an open mood. They always have some excuses why they cannot come for such training forums and all. Correct, no? Therefore, visibly exemplary means in chanting, we should be observed by others, whether we are properly chanting. In attending the classes, we should be observed by others. If people see you attending the class, then only they'll be inspired to attend also. And in the same manner, yatras, we should not miss the yatras. Sometimes some preachers, they take yatras themselves, but they don't get to attend any yatra where they'll meet their equals and seniors also. Those are very important. And then respecting and valuing individuality. And this actually thickens the relationships. If we respect and value everybody as an individual, others need not be like us. We don't have to clone them to be like us. Somebody may have certain nature, you have another nature. I've seen my spiritual master always, he allows that freedom for people. Okay, that's how Krishna has made him. And jasmine cannot be like a lotus. Lotus cannot be like jasmine, everybody. So, and then listening and understanding before speaking. Good listeners can connect very well with people. If we don't listen, we lose friends. Like Krishna listened very well to Arjuna before serving his verdict. First full chapter is hearing, listening. And also consulting is a great help. I repeatedly consult my equals and seniors always before making any decision. What should we do? Like for example, one Vaishnava from Vrindavan wants to arrange, Saptaha in our guest house in Pune. He does not arrange; his followers want to arrange for him. Now they asked me, hmm, and they also asked, the organizers asked, can we announce about it in the temple to all the community by WhatsApp? That I said a definite no, because he is from a different sampradaya. Paramparagat person, but a different sampradaya in Vrindavan. So, but at the same time, I was not very happy in allowing our guest house to be used for this program also, because tomorrow some devotees may also go there and they may have confusions and everything. But I did not decide on my own. What I did, I said, check with Delhi, His Holiness Gopalakrishna Maharaj, whether they allow their guest house to be used for any of the Vrindavan gurus to come and give program in the temple. So generally I check, 4 temples I check: Delhi, Juhu, Chowpatty and Mayapur. And I'll take average of that after hearing from them. Consulting is always good. So within our community also, we all can consult one another and take help. I even consult sometimes a younger devotee also. If some junior devotee gave a very good class, I will tell him, please send me your notes. I would like to see it. So we should never fear to consult anybody. It's always helpful. Sharing. Say you bring a cake from Mayapur and keep it with you, and you only finish every day little. Or you can call all the devotees and distribute to them. Correct? No? Just as you share prasad, similarly we can share. Some people are too stingy in sharing. Like for example, one fellow had made a very good notes, 20 pages notes, and he gave what good Bhagavatam class. So I went and asked him, how did you give such a beautiful class? Can we see your notes? It's all Prabhuji. Krishna mercifully gives realizations. Okay, he gave you realization, but did you hear anything? Yes, Prabhu, I heard some lectures, but I developed it on it also further. But he's hesitant to give notes. He said, because Prabhuji, I am also going to other places, I may give this lecture. If I give out the notes, then somebody else will speak the same. Some people are very hesitant. But one thing we should know, knowledge, only one person has monopoly over all knowledge. Who is that? Krishna only. It all ultimately belongs to him. Don't feel afraid to share. Because the more you share with people, they'll be grateful to you. And then relationship becomes thicker. Seeing the sunny side of people, brighter side of people, correct? Appreciating and encouraging, isn't it? These are all things which sweeten, make the relationship more sweeter and sweeter. The top, that is the biggest one, trusting and being trustworthy. That gives the thickest relationships. For example, if my superior trusted me and empowered me to preach, lifelong I am grateful to him that he gave me an opportunity to grow in my life. So that trust is a very powerful thing. In fact, trust becomes even deeper than love also. For example, you may love a devotee, but you can't entrust him for some work. Correct, no? Because some devotee will do damage if you tell him to do that. On the other hand, if you trust a person, then trust includes love also. So it's therefore the heading what I have given, culture of trust. Yeah, all these things will make the trust thicker. So I have to stop with this. I think one last thing, physical is the sand. Like in the sand is holding the plant together, correct? No? Similarly, our physical body should be healthy. So if body is healthy, then a healthy mind and a healthy body, it is said. So keep your body also healthy so that mind can be peaceful and healthy. Then the soul can, so for the soul, we are watering the soul by Shravanam Kirtana. For the mind, we have emotional care and social care for the mind. And for the body, we have the physical care which is like, your good sleep, good diet, exercise, and relaxation. These four things. Why the relaxation is separately mentioned? Because many people, they may sleep, but the sleep is not relaxation. They have too many tensions. Uh, and the diet is also not proper nowadays. So sleep, diet, exercise, and relaxation. These four things will keep your body very fit. Mm. Yeah, that's all. So this was very important what I showed you now, because it's very foundational. Therefore, I spend time on this. Once we go to the next one, we can next class when I come, we'll proceed with activities and everything. Shri Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Thank you very much.